Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Nancy from nancybadijo.com and welcome to another Etsy shop critique. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you have either a small business, maybe you have an Etsy business or your own handmade business on the side, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload weekly videos on SEO, branding, and how to scale your business to the next level. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel today. So any tools that I currently use on this Etsy shop critique, I will go ahead and link them in the text box below. If you click there, you'll find a list of resources, and I will also go ahead and link them in the comment section as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I normally do on an Etsy shop critique is that I pick a particular listing to do an audit on. So today I'm doing a critique on the store called Draw Forth. And so I appreciate letting me do a review of your beautiful store and kind of give you some feedback on some of my suggestions. The tool that I'll be using today to do an audit on her listing will be from eRank, formerly known as XERank. And eRank is basically a Etsy seller tool that you could plug in your Etsy shop, and you could actually not only look at your own metrics, you could spy on your competition, you could do keyword research, you could also see if your items are categorized correctly, if you are using the right pricing for your items, and much, much more. I highly recommend, if you're not using them, to go ahead and sign up. You could do the free or you could pay the pro version, which is $10 only a month, but it is a great investment because it will help you go ahead and do your listings correctly with their SEO grade ranking that they give you, which is like a strategy, like a checklist strategy of things that you should include. And then you can also do research on your keywords. So the listing that I picked to do an audit on is this particular listing. Now, all the listings look very familiar. It seems like it's the same thing, just different patterns and different colors, which is great. So you have a variety of items. But this is the one I pick. Just pick one. And I'm going to go through everything. So the first thing I normally talk about is product photography. So guys, keep in mind that when you are selling on a platform like Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, or whether you have your own website, your photos have to be amazing. You don't want to take a bad photo, because if you have an okay photo or it's not the best photo, a bad photo could and will prevent you from making a sale, no matter how great your product is. So your photo has to be amazing. It has to stand out. It has to be better than the other photos that are in comparison when people are looking through Etsy's feed. So when people are searching, what makes your photo stand out from everyone else's? Why would someone click on your photo versus another mug or whatever you sell, right? So you want to always keep that in mind. You want to be critical, and you also want to be realistic with yourself and admit if you do need to improve on your photos. What can you do to improve on your photos? Whether it's buying a light box, whether it's taking your photos outside for natural lighting, whether you buy extra lights for your photos, whatever it is, just being very, very honest with yourself if you are able to improve the quality of that photo. And keep in mind that this is a working process. You're not going to get the photos the first time perfect unless you're a photographer or you have experience in graphic design. But if this is your first time, taking photos of something that you're trying to sell online, it is going to take some time to develop that creative eye. So don't beat yourself up if you feel like, oh, my photos are not the best. It takes time, and with practice it makes perfect, right? So you just have to put in the practice, and you'll be constantly changing your shop. I'm one that I have my store now for 3 years, and I'm constantly looking at it and saying, darn, I can make that picture better, and I'm constantly fixing it. So this is something that I think that a lot of people need to keep in mind and not beat yourself up for it, because it does take time to cultivate and to create a photo that is amazing, right? Especially if you've never done this before. Now, looking at this listing, the photo is okay. It's nice. It has a clear background. It's easy to understand what exactly I'm buying. There's no confusion of what I'm buying. The only suggestion that I have with the photo is that it does seem a little bit plain, I guess, if that's the right word. It's not a bad photo, but to me, it's not an amazing photo. So it's not a bad photo because it doesn't have like, a dark background. It doesn't have distractions in the background. It is cropped in a complimentary way. It is a beautiful item, but it doesn't stand out to me. So when you look at Etsy, right, and you go to Etsy.com and you search for mugs, right? Just look at other people's stores to get inspired. I'm not saying that you have to copy them. I'm just saying look at what other people are doing and kind of see what might inspire you. Something like this um, reads to me. Even this, someone holding the mug. Even this one here is pretty. Um, so sometimes having something simple like that, maybe someone holding it, will stand out a little bit more. But just looking at these photos and seeing like which one stands out to you, which one caught your eye as soon as you saw it, right? So I like this one here. I like how it looks. I like that there's a picture in the background, and then you can always do the second and third and fourth as a picture, regular picture of that particular item. But the first one being a picture, maybe someone holding it. Now, your pictures are pretty decent. They're not bad. I just think that you could take them to the next level to make them look a lot nicer. These photos here are very similar to each other. So for me, oh, well, they're not, because these two are different from these two. So that's good. Maybe when you are showing off the different photos, unfortunately, there are people going to be confused. They won't know the difference, even though you could tell the difference. One is smaller than the other. Maybe in photos like this, on the second photo, not the first one, but on the second photo, you could put something like 11 ounce, and then this one 15 ounce. So people know, oh, that's the 11 and that's the 15. Um, or have a picture of both cups together and then saying this is the 11 compared to the 15, and then it's like a scale picture that they could identify, okay, it's a little bit bigger, I want that one, or I want the smaller one. I would suggest adding that. I will also suggest adding a picture that says don't forget to favorite this item and click below to learn more about the products, or click below to learn more about matching items. When you do that, it makes the customer stay longer. It's a call to action for a reason. You want to add call to actions when you are selling online. You want to use call to actions. Um, they help you tell the customer what to do. If you tell them, like when I started my video, I say please subscribe. Why? Because a lot of people are watching. They forget that they could actually subscribe to my channel to get notifications every time I upload a new video. So you always want to add a call to action, and it's almost like telling someone what to do. So if you tell them favorite this item, anytime that you add a new item to your Etsy shop, they actually get a notification. More notifications to people, more eyes on your store, therefore more traffic and potentially more sales. It's the same thing. That's why you want to tell them to like this item. You also want to tell people, hey, if you click below, you'll find a link with matching items. If you click below, you'll find a description of this item. That, because a lot of people are new to Etsy, they really don't know how to maneuver Etsy. They don't know that they could click to learn more about the particular product or service. So by you telling them, it's just another way of them staying longer in your shop. You don't want them to bounce and leave your shop. You want them to stay longer. And hopefully by them staying a little longer, the potential of them buying is a lot higher. So those will be my tips for your photo. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is SEO. So as you guys know already, or if you have not heard, SEO is search engine optimization. And search engine optimization is basically how Google and other search engines like Yahoo or Bing and even Xe search results understand what this page is about. And you do that by using keywords, and those keywords identify what you're selling, and those keywords are how people find your items. Now, the key of finding keywords is not making the keywords so confusing. You have to keep in mind the customer. How do people search for listings, right? So if you sell a mug and I was looking for a mug and I was looking, let's say, for something like this, a blue mug, I might type in blue mug. I wouldn't type in ceramic coffee mug X and OS, or I wouldn't type in XX, I'm sorry, an OS in a wavy row. I wouldn't particularly type it that way. I would type in blue ceramic coffee mug or ceramic coffee mug or turquoise ceramic mug, something like that. These are considered long tail keywords. When you use long tail keywords that specifically describe what you're selling, you actually target your audience. When you use keywords that are too broad or too general, you're not targeting your audience. You're showing your product and services to people who are really not interested. This is why a lot of Etsy sellers, especially they email me or in my Facebook group, say I get a lot of views, but I'm not getting sales. They're not converting. Why are they not converting? The reason why is because you're showing your product, maybe you're using a keyword that has a lot of competition, and you're showing your product to people that are not really interested in your product because they're not searching for that, and you're using keywords that are too broad. And I'll give you an example of one that you have in your listing right now. So these are your keywords right now. All the red ones means that the competition is out the door. Like that means that there's so much competition with that particular keyword, it will be very hard for you to rank for that keyword. Now, it doesn't mean that you cannot rank organically for it, but the first time you do a new listing, Etsy has something called listing score. If you go to their Etsy blog, you'll be able to search for that article. Listing score is basically when you upload a new listing, is neutral. It doesn't have any score. And they actually put that listing in the first page of Etsy. And based on how people respond to your photo, to your listing, whether people like the listing, whether people are buying, whether people are clicking, it's a whole bunch of different factors. But the more people engage with that particular listing, the more you will place higher in the search results. However, if you upload a listing, a new listing, no one's really interacting with that listing. No one is clicking on it. No one is favoring your listing. Over time, your listing will get buried in the search results, especially if that particular keyword has a lot of competition. So you have a chance to rank for that keyword when you upload a new listing, but your photo has to be amazing. That's the only way you're going to rank for it with the other contributing factors. But you have to have an amazing photo that people are compelled to want to click and learn more and potentially buy from you. So, for instance, if we take housewarming gift and we go to Etsy and we type in that keyword, there are 777,000 listings using that particular keyword. So for you to rank organically, you have to be a bestseller like these here. You have to have an amazing photo. People are engaging, people are buying. Because if that doesn't happen over time and your listing score is very low, you'll be on the bottom of the list somewhere down here. You wouldn't be on the top. So therefore, no one will ever see that listing. And if you ever wanted to do a Etsy promoted listing, in order for you to rank in the first page or second page of Etsy search results, you will have to pay 65 cents for the CPC, cost per click, because this keyword is expensive per click because of the reason that there's so many people competing. So that's another reason why you don't want to use broad keywords, because if you use a keyword that is too broad or a keyword that is very competitive like this one, your cost per click is always going to be higher. So if you want to compete for that keyword and you want to rank higher in the search results, you could do a promoted Etsy listing, but just keep in mind that you will pay a little bit more. And if you set your cost per click, because you could change the pricing. And if you change it to like 10 cents per click or 15 cents per click, because there are people willing to pay 65 cents per click versus you want to pay 15 cents, they're going to give priority for the people that are paying more. And your listing might not show up on the first or second. You might be on the fourth, fifth, sixth page of Etsy, which sometimes that's not good, because what happens is a lot of people will shop for something on the first, second, and third. And after the third, even the third one, they might not go to the third page. They might go to the first one, second, buy something and call it quits. They're not going to go to page 4 and page 5 and page 7 and 10 and 20, etc. In rare occasions, they might, if they're looking for something very specific that they can't find. But with having so many mugs and so many people that sell mugs on Etsy, it wouldn't be a problem for them to find a mug that they particularly like on the first or second page. So therefore, if you want to increase your sales, you want to land on the first page of Etsy. You want to make sure you use keywords that are long tail keywords that describe what you're selling. And you also want to use keywords that are not too competitive or too broad. Just keep that in mind. That's very, very important. And if you look at your keywords also, you have one keyword that says 11 ounce and 15 ounce. When I look up for a mug, I don't put 11 ounce. I might put 11 ounce mug, but not 11 ounce by itself. This is too broad. 11 ounce could be anything. It could be 11 ounce of cookies or 11 ounce of, I don't know, hair products. Who knows? But it could be anything. If you type in right now 11 ounce on Etsy, you're going to get, there are cups. So I will give you that, because I particularly think you would have gotten a lot more of other things. But there are cups, but there are also a lot of other stuff. Like there's a scale. A majority are cups. So maybe in this particular scenario, using 11 ounce is not going to hurt you as much. However, let's see if you are in the first or second page, just for fun and giggles, and check real quick. It's very low engagement on that keyword. I wouldn't even use it, to be honest, because even though all these people are using it, the results are low, which are good. This is ultimately a good number of listings that you want to compete against, because if you run an ad, you could land on the first page of Etsy. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to land on the first page. However, the competition for this particular keyword, or the engagement, I'm sorry, is very low. So therefore, that means that when it's low, it means that not a lot of people are searching with this particular 11 ounce tag. So that's the only thing that you have to keep in mind. I personally would try to see if there's a tag that says 11 ounce mug or 15 ounce mug. If you notice from your backend that you are getting traction with these particular tags and you are getting clicks, then leave them how they are. I wouldn't remove them. However, if you're not getting any tractions, I particularly would say get rid of them, because there's no point of having tags that you're not getting searched by, even if it shows that the competition is low. See, there's not even any trend for that keyword when I click. And usually that means that not a lot of people are searching for it. So therefore, the data doesn't report any data for that particular keyword. Another one is this particular keyword here. I wouldn't write, if I was looking for a coffee mug, I wouldn't put XX and OS coffee mug. I don't know how many tags, how many people have found you using it. It's only 4 Only four organic and three ads. Um, yeah, and three of those are yours, obviously. As you can see, there's no volume search. No one's searching for this particular keyword. I mean, I would just remove it. It's not doing you any favor, to be honest. When it's this low, that means that no one is searching for it. So therefore, no one's even using it either. That's why there's no data here. There's no engagement. Even this one here, there's no engagement. So I would study up SEO. This is a prime example of someone that has SEO grade of A, but their keywords are not that great. This is something I did a video on this to understand everything you must know about XC grades. And a lot of people have the misconception that if they get an XC grade of A, their tags are done correctly. And the XC grade has nothing to do with the tags. The XC grade is a checklist. If you put a keyword here, check. If you put the keyword in your listing description, that's another check. If you use 13 tags, you get another checklist, like you completed a checklist. If you put 10 photos, that's another. And the more you do all those items, the higher your score is that you could score an A. However, it doesn't mean that you're using the right keywords. And this is the reason why you're probably not getting the traffic that you deserve and the traffic that you need to scale your business to the next level, is because your SEO needs a little bit of work. But don't feel bad or anything. This is something that we all have to learn. And, SEO is something that the more you do it, the more you put in practice, the better you get at it. And it's just something you have to learn, unfortunately, for your business. It's just like anything else that you do for your online business, whether it's a store, like a store that people could physically visit, or whether it's an online business, you're going to have to learn things that are out of your comfort, or things that you never heard of, or things that you never really had to deal with before until you started a business. So just understanding that, just doing XC, just doing research on SEO. I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel. I highly recommend watching them. I have videos about long tail keywords. I have video about finding profitable keywords, etc. So hopefully those will help you a little bit more. I'm going to be adding additional ones to kind of break it down and explain it in an easier way versus having those long videos. So make sure that you change your keywords. I highly recommend redoing your tags and making sure that you're using keywords that describe what you're selling. When you use a word like turquoise and blue, that's really not doing anything for your listing. If you look, when you go to Etsy, all these listings come up, 485,000 listings using that same tag. So therefore, you're competing with all these people. It's too much competition. And if you ran a promoted Etsy listing, your cost per bid is going to be higher, right? Because of the reason that you're competing with so many people. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the listing description. So keep in mind, I always say in this order, the photo is what makes people want to click. Your SEO is how they found the photo, right? To click on. The listing description is how you give value to the customer, and you also give trustworthiness as well. So value to the customer is explaining what they're getting, why is it so special, why do they need to buy it, what makes your shop better than the next shop, right? So making sure that you're very detailed with explaining what exactly you're selling. Now, when you're doing SEO, there's something called SEO on page factor. On page meaning SEO that you do on the actual page. And one of the on-page SEO factors is to include your main keyword in the beginning of the sentence, have a nice short title, because that's what Etsy wants now. Etsy wants you to meet SEO criteria, but they also want you to meet the customer criteria. So for SEO criteria is having the keyword, customer criteria is making sure that your title is easy to read and not confusing and not overload them with different keywords or stuffing keywords, which is how I do my listings, and I need to change them as well. So removing all these keywords and just keeping your main keyword and having a short description of what you're selling, and that's it. So let's say this was the main keyword. You would take this main keyword and you would put it in your first 155 characters. That is called the meta description. This is the meta description here. So as you can see, your meta description doesn't flow really well. It has mug and then it stops and then it starts a new sentence. So making sure that this is what people see on Google. This is the preview when somebody searches for your item. That's what they see. So you want to make sure that's enticing. You want to make sure that you include your main keyword, but it's enticing enough for them to want to click to learn more about your product. So when you go to Google and you type in, I don't know, blue mug, let's say for example, this is your meta description right here. So you want to make sure that you write an enticing meta description. So this is Crate and Barrel. So shop for blue mugs at Crate and Barrel. Browse a variety of housewares, furniture, and decor. Order online. Something short, sweet. Make sure you have your main keyword, which is in their title and in their meta description. And this is an example of a really good SEO done correctly. You could see it on Target. Blue mug, blue mug. So making sure Eddie blue mug, Eddie blue mug. This is SEO best practice. So making sure that you include it in your meta description. Now, another thing I suggest is that you do a list of all the keywords that, well, let me not jump into that. Let's talk about the listing first. So for the listing description, you want to use the additional tags, like your additional tags, once you do your new SEO. You want to use your additional tags in and throughout your listing description. When you do that, it's going to help you rank higher in the search results. Anytime somebody types in those particular tags on Etsy, Etsy's algorithm is going to understand that your page has all those keywords and you're going to start ranking higher. So optimizing your listing with tags is very important for you to rank higher in the search results. So keeping in mind that you put your keywords in your listing description as many as you can, but you also want to make sure they sound natural. You don't want to just put a keyword just to put a keyword and it doesn't go there. So adding those keywords are really, really going to help you optimize your listing. Another thing is make sure that you include, because you do have matching items, that you do include a listing, a link with your matching items. I actually did a video where I show you how you could group things together. Like I have some stuff, there's like 80 different signs that have the same design. And with one link, you click on it and it takes you to those 80 designs. So you could do that. If you have a pillow that matches the mug, or you have like multiple items, you could link them all together and put the link here in your listing description and say, view matching items here. It does two things. One, it makes them click so they stay longer in your shop. And two, it increases the probability of someone buying from you because they might want to buy additional products that go with that matching mug, especially if they're buying a gift. So therefore, adding that is going to really help you. Make sure that you give value when you're selling stuff and you sell it. Other than that, I think that your listing description is good. I just think that you need to work on your meta description. You need to kind of have some type of value of why they're buying from you. And make sure that you include anything and everything the customer should know about this particular listing. That also includes any additional matching items. So those are my tips for your listing description. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the curation of your shop. And the curation of your shop is just the overall field and how it looks, etc. So what you also want to do, which I was going to talk about earlier, was you want to research 20 to 40 words, let's say, of different words that you want to rank for that are relevant to what you sell. And you want to start using those keywords everywhere in your shop. So let's say one of your keywords are ceramic mugs, right? So what you would do is instead of just using the word mug, you would put ceramic mugs because that's what you're trying to rank for. If one of your if one of your keywords are customized pillows, you just wouldn't just put the word pillow here. You would put customized pillows. So you do research for keywords that you could rank organically. You do a list of 20 and 40, and then you try to use them everywhere you can. You put them in your tagline. You put them in your about me section. In your section name. You put them in your announcement. You put them in your about me section also. Do you have one? Let's check. I don't think you do right now. It doesn't seem like you do. So you want to do that as well. You want to add an about me section. Keep in mind when people are buying from Target, they could care less who they're buying from. When they buy on Etsy, that's a special thing about Etsy. It's all there's a connection there. They want to know who they're buying from, why they should buy from you. They want to know your story. They want to know why you started an Etsy shop. What makes your shop so special? Who are you? So they want to know that. So make sure you include an about me section. And in there, make sure you include I make and sell ceramic mugs. I also do customized pillows. In addition, I do customized top bags. And I have a lot of matching items that go together. These custom made pillows, let's say that's another keyword. These custom made pillows can be changed, blah, 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 blah. And then you just kind of talk about your product, but put in all those little keywords. And that's going to help you rank higher in the search results. So making sure that's what is called optimizing your shop. And that's what that means. SEO optimizing is optimizing your shop with keywords. So therefore you can rank higher in the search results. So another thing I would suggest is branding, like studying up branding. And branding is coming up with a set of colors that every time if somebody sees this listing or that one or this one on the search results, they know, oh, this is from Draw Forth. So because they start recognizing your brand. Right now, you do have a nice feed because they're all the same background. But then some of your photos do have a darker background. So what I would do is make sure that all your photos stay cohesive to the same color that you pick. I would like to see a little bit more color or something just to maybe take your store to the next level, give it a little bit of a pop. Other than that, it's not bad either because at least you have a minimalist look and you have all of them look the same. I think what you need to really do is focus on SEO and focus on how can I make my photos a little bit better, and how can I take my store, how can I make my store different, because there's so many people that sell mugs and pillows and tots. So how do you stand out from them? Are your products better looking? Are you selling products that people really want? Just understanding the market, and doing research and looking at other stores. I'm not saying to copy other stores. I'm saying to look at stores that are successful so you can learn from them. So you can see what they're doing, whether they're posting with a different background that you're not using. Maybe they're using pictures that people are actually holding the mugs, and that's why maybe their pictures are doing a little better than yours, and they're getting more clicks and etc. More views, more clicks, and more buys, right? More conversions. Great job of putting a picture of yourself. I will redo the banner. It's not bad, but what I would do is possibly add your social media handles, maybe sign up for Etsy Plus. They have like those retractable banners. So the first banner could be this one, the second one could be top bestsellers, and the third one could be new listings that you have, like new things that you're adding, and you could showcase them there. And then you could add your social media handles, your hours of operation, just taking your store to the next level. Etsy Plus for me doesn't really do anything for me. I use it more for the actual banner, to be honest. It does have a few perks. And you do get some credits like the $5 credit for is it 15 or 5? No, it's $5 credit for promoting listings. So if eventually I only pay like $5 a month, or $15 a month because of that and additional stuff that they give you. I think when I calculated, I think I paid $8. However, I like it because of the banner changing. So just things to keep in mind. But if you work on these things, especially SEO, make sure that you add your About Me section. Make sure that you add your social media handles to your shop. Customize it. Don't forget to fill out everything with keywords. This is all going to help you go ahead and scale your business a little bit better and get more traffic and hopefully more sales. Guys, if you have any suggestions for draw forth that I didn't mention, make sure that you leave them on the comment below. I will leave also below the videos that I talked about on this actual review. And guys, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment below so they can improve the store with any suggestions that you have. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you guys for watching.